Hey guys, welcome to the Save Session, the sessions you always want to save. And you know what? There's a lot happening in gaming and nerd and film and stuff right now. And we want to go over a few things that we found out. A little breaking news section, if you will. And Bruce, you had a few, didn't you?
Yes, I currently have about maybe a handful of topics, but one of them I want to talk about is the new Godzilla film because if you know,
-0?
-0. I want to say the trailer did drop earlier this week, and it looks phenomenal. And you know, you got the big lizard man walking them down in the Big Apple. That is New York, right?
I thought it was Tokyo.
No, he's in New York. He's standing. He's like, you're the Statue of Liberty. Yeah, where my money at? Where my money at, man? And it was just so cool to see him like go, like just hitting that.
Unlike the weird run they do in the last movie.
Yeah, I didn't like the last movies, honestly.
I never saw it. I just remember seeing everyone memed on like like him running with King Kong and.
Because he got amped. He went Super Saiyan Rose. That's what it's called, right? Or Super Rose, whatever Goku Black's transformation is. But you know, it was just a nice take, and it was a film that was built with a budget of between 10 to 15 million. And so I thought initially that it was going to be a series, and then just to see like the redesign of them is kind of nice. And then I've never seen Godzilla with like shoulder spikes, so that was kind of cool too. So just a new take, but as long as the roar is the iconic thing, I'm just curious because unfortunately I watched it like 3 times, but then
I've never seen the original. I've never seen -1.
Oh, okay.
I've always wanted to, but I just there's so many things I keep trying to catch up on. Like new Punishers coming out, Daredevil and Darth Maul, they're coming out. So
The Boys is coming out.
Boys is coming out. Invincible's coming out. There's just so much to watch right now. And then that's just another one because I do really like big monster movies, but
Like Kaiju Smashers. Sorry.
I don't even know what you're talking about, but let's move forward.
Smashers. They're just giant movies about kaiju smashing into each other.
Then just call the kaiju movie.
I know, but I like Kaiju Smasher more. That's why like Pacific Rim is like the ultimate anime fan or giant robot or kaiju fan's wet dream because it's just giant robot, giant animal.
I remember they actually got the voice of GLaDOS from Portal
Snap.
to be like the AI that talks to him. At least for like one scene. I think it was like a cameo, or maybe she's more part of the movie. I don't know. I didn't see Pacific Rim either. Pacific Rim? Pacific Rim.
Yeah, Pacific Rim's a spinoff that was on Netflix, aka Atlantic Rim. But side note, though you're right, that did happen. One of the characters from the first movie did make a cameo just to die, by the way. It's so sad.
Dang.
But no. The Godzilla film looks really entertaining, and as someone who is like freshly into the Godzilla area, I did some like research on like the appearance evolution of him, and he went from like the stereotypical Power Ranger man in puffy suit looking honestly like nightmare fuel.
Look like plastic or styrofoam.
Yeah, he's just going. Or like maybe the animatronic at some point too, low key, because he just.
So I know, isn't it amazing in Power Rangers how they always transform into big giant mechs, yet somehow no one ever gets hurt in the city, and they always fight in the city, and like no one ever gets hurt.
That's just because they're so uber powerful and smooth with it. They just hit them with the.
Even in the Superman movie when he was fighting a kaiju, even then he was still concerned about the citizens. Power Rangers like, nah, screw them people.
Maybe it's the morphing grid's ability to protect everybody with its unique powers that no one knows about.
I mean, they've had a crossover, actually, Power Rangers and Godzilla in a comic, I'm pretty sure once.
Godzilla has... Oh, and speaking of that, Godzilla had a collab with Digimon recently, and he merged with the entire Agumon line. So there's like a mixture of Godzilla, Agumon, Greymon, Metal Greymon, and War Greymon, and Omnimon.
Because Omnimon he doesn't have enough love. He's really underappreciated, you know, man. He's underappreciated, man. He's underrated.
Yeah, like he's just so bygones. Although it's like I'm just really curious to see how this will go, because as long as it's one of them situations that in this film that it prioritizes the monster over whatever the human
Oh,
characters
yeah, that was
are.
my biggest complaint
That's
of
gonna be
like
the
King of the Monsters, where it was Godzilla King of the Monsters, which I think was like the second movie in like the reboot that they did for him. And basically, I felt like the announcer, like the like Legend of Korra announcer, just like Mako and his team doing this, like them old school announcers. And basically it showed Hydra versus Godzilla. I'm like, in this corner with 3 heads, we have Hydra. In this corner, we have Godzilla. Ready? Go! They're swiping left and right. And then Hydra with his heads, like, goes boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, oh, a nasty hit from Hydra. Godzilla, how do you retaliate? You know what it does? Goes in on the little people, in the helicopter spinning around, just like, what do we do? Monsters are fighting around us. We have to get out of here. It's like, what? No, go back. Go back to the monster. I want to see the monster. And then it shows Godzilla, a really cool scene. He blows off one of Hydra's head, and then Hydra just regrows it. And I'm like, oh, that's not good. And then I'm like, all right, let's get more back to fighting. It cuts back to them, and then they're trying to, they're ejecting all these things, trying to make themselves lighter. They're trying to find a way to get out. I'm like, no, go back. Go back to the monsters. It's a monster fighting movie. I want to see the monsters.
I want to see the giant smash.
And then next thing you see is Godzilla just gets tossed into the ocean because he just got defeated. I'm like, that would have been cool to see the whole fight. It would have been cool.
That would have been great.
It would have been great. Why didn't you do that?
It's like, what's happening? I wanted to see the giant monster, but
I'm sorry, is this Godzilla King of the Monster? Or sorry, humans, King of the Helicopter?
How to Survive Helicopter 101 Crash Test Dummies.
It's just like, that's always been my problem with the reboot of the Godzilla. It's like it keeps focusing on the humans. I'm like, I don't care about the humans. I want to see the monsters fight.
Yes.
That's what everyone wants to see. Except I hear a lot. I heard, some people in my family, they kind of criticize Godzilla versus King Kong. I'm gonna say Donkey Kong. I'm like, that's not right.
It's okay.
That'd be such a collab. Like it shows at the end, like Donkey Kong comes in. He's like yay big compared to him, but he comes up, boom, and just hits him in the face. Oh, that would have been so cool. Actually sends him to the moon.
We see where his priorities align.
Hollywood, hit me up. I got all the great ideas,
Yeah. Honestly, though, the last film with Kong and Godzilla, no one ever really talks about it. And this is side tangent, super. That Kong has no real reason to be fighting Godzilla because he cannot beat.
Ever since his creation, they've always had a little clap. Even back then, with like you said, the styrofoam and stuff, they had Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah, but the closest thing that Kong can get to whooping Godzilla is a T-Rex, bro. He can't. I'm sorry, you can't touch that muscle, that mass. You can't do it. He's over here just like this.
I appreciate they try to add more lore, but like I said, it's the best thing I can say is Michael Bay, where it's the effects look decent, the story is absolute shit.
Yeah, and if you notice, King Kong is never fighting Godzilla in a terrain that he has the advantage in. So it's admirable that he's still even able to push him like that, even disadvantaged.
And then I remember at one point he gets an axe or something. I'm just like, what are we doing here? What is happening?
What does Kong need an axe?
The thing is, maybe if that was more an actual world building thing instead of, just saying, hey, cool, he has an axe. Let's sell more merchandise with this back in reality.
The only way that they tried to make it a story-based thing is because they said, the Kong species was, once they figured out how to kill a Godzilla, you could, by using its own scale as a piece of weapon, and then when they shoot the little gamma thing, it absorbs it, so it's supercharged.
Yeah, but like I said,
so stupid.
But like I said, I feel again, like what I said with Star Wars and all that, I feel that's another movie that kind of treats the audience like they're stupid, so as to over-explain everything to you.
Yeah. I will admit, as a fresh watcher, it's nice to know what's happening, but context clues and you can see the expressions of the giant monkey's face.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. If it was just them, it's one of those things where film is a visual medium. What you can do is just have their facial expression and just show their actions. Some people, even like me, thought it would have been cool if it was a silent film. Or just a film where there was no talking.
Dude,
it was
that
just
kind of insane. Imagine a silent Godzilla film and it's just him terrorizing the thing and you see everyone going.
But like I said, it would be so cool just to see them just doing their normal actions, and through their actions they are telling the story. Because again, visual medium, you don't have to have anyone tell you what's happening, just show what's happening.
Show, don't tell.
Yeah, that type of thing.
Video games need to learn to do that more often. We also need a Godzilla video game. We haven't had one of those since
no, last time they tried it was bad.
Yeah, we haven't had a good one either, but we haven't had one in general. I don't even remember the last game he's been in. I know the last thing he collabed in, again, was Digimon related, but I don't remember. Dude, the last Godzilla game I can recall was on the PlayStation 4, and it was exclusively.
The last one was on the PlayStation 4, and I remember Angry Joe did, and he's like, hey, Godzilla is approaching the generators. Godzilla must be stopped or something like that. And it just repeats it over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Avatar The Last Airbender movie, or Aang The Last Airbender, got leaked online.
Yes.
I think the full thing got leaked on Twitter, I believe.
It is. You can find it on Twitter, and you can also find it on various websites, which might be linked in some of the Twitters.
Mm-hmm. So. And it says an animator on The Legend of Korra Last Airbender has hit at the recent high-profile leak of the movie, criticizing those who are using Paramount's awful decision to pull the film from theaters to justify leaking it. So basically, I believe they pulled it from theaters, or made the executive decision to put it on Paramount instead of releasing in theaters, and then someone was so mad that they leaked the movie.
As they should. Paramount sucks.
Mm-hmm. But even then, a theatrical release, I would have paid him for that.
I would have too.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That's what. Because I'm sorry. Paramount created the Halo live action TV show, and they should be burned at the stake for that.
Oh yeah. I remember the first episode. He takes off his helmet. I'm like, I'm done with this. Yeah,
and Cortana is. Side tangent. We'll just go back to what you were talking about. I'm already mad again.
Oh, over the weekend, Legend of Aang: The Last Airbender to X/Twitter, months ahead of its official premiere on Paramount Plus. The account that leaked the movie said Nickelodeon accidentally emailed the full film. I don't think they would do that, but we'll pop off. The tweets were eventually removed in December. It emerged that Paramount had ditched the plans for theatrical release of The Last Airbender in favor of exclusive launch on the platform Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real. Not every hero wears capes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hero right there.
I personally don't. I don't fully agree with that, mainly because the thing is, okay, yeah, Paramount. I don't like Paramount. I had Paramount Plus one time to watch a few shows, but eventually I got rid of it just because there's none really cool on there to watch, in my opinion.
Exactly.
But then again, leaking the whole thing. And I thought, to me that's still a little scummy, because the thing is, I'm not a huge fan of leakers, because leakers I feel do ruin a lot of the fun. Mm-hmm. Even if it's in retaliation to a big company, part of my moral is just that's still kind of scummy, that's wrong. Because one of the biggest things when E3 was still a thing was they had...
God rest their soul.
I know, right? I know, they should have evolved to E4 if it was so good.
E40 might sue.
Mm-hmm. But... yeah, because it looks too much like EA, right?
That could be a lawsuit too.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
Mm-hmm.
EA would do it, unfortunately. Pop off.
But basically, it was always such a bummer whenever something got leaked, or there was ever a spoiler for anything. There were people that were leaking the entire live show of Nintendo, and Nintendo sent them a cease and desist saying, hey, stop it. We want it to be a surprise. These are our products that we want to show off, and we don't want it leaked. We want it to be a surprise. And part of me is just I feel like leaking does very much ruin the fun. Just like Last of Us 2. Last of Us 2, the entire thing of that got leaked. And of course, everyone at first was don't leak it. You shouldn't leak it, and you shouldn't really look at it. And then you know what they did? That SpongeBob meme where it's ooh, the map opened by itself. Their eyes go, boom. It's the map. Gotta look at the map. Gotta look at it. So it's just everyone looked at it, it's hey, we don't like this. It's yeah, true. If the thing is, If it's bad writing, it's bad writing. Or if it's, a company doing some shitty, the company's doing some shitty.
And that's for the game, correct? Or not
yeah.
for the show.
For the game, because the show mostly follows the games. They take certain liberties that make it even worse, but, we're not going to get into that today, but...
We already did.
We're not getting into it. But basically, just leaking, in my opinion, very much just ruins the experience, because it's always fun, a surprise. It's just like getting your Christmas presents early or getting your birthday presents early. It's like the reason it's so special is because it's on that day. If you just get it whenever, then it's just another random thing that you got.
Yeah.
Or just like, again, Pragmatica just came out, and I don't want to hear nothing about the story because I want to go when I want to play it myself.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the word of advice. I don't even think you have these apps or use them that frequently. Do not look at Instagram or X.
I mean, I have...
Or don't surf YouTube too
I have Instagram. All I do is look at Reels.
Yeah, just try not to go too long because, phones are listening to you and all that conversation. So, like, just hear the phone going like, oh, you talking about game? Smack. Put you on game. That's the appropriate reaction too.
Appropriate reaction? I thought you were trying to hit my chest. I'm like, what are you doing?
Well, no, I was trying to get you to have a reaction and it worked. Yes.
You're so good at that.
I know that. Sometimes.
But basically, let's bring back The Last Airbender. So basically, just from all that, like
just to confirm, have you seen it yet?
Seen it? No, I haven't seen it. I don't want to see it like that. I'm hoping this whole backlash... I know it's probably, false hope, but I do really hope they bring it back to theaters for something like this, because that's just a massive audience that they're just missing.
Yeah, because like now they're not going to make all the time spent on it, and the money is not going to be made back whatsoever, except for like the few people who are going to still watch it, who are like, say if you're subscribed to Paramount Plus, they're not getting a lot of money back from that unless like Paramount.
And most of the artists and everything have already pretty much been paid. I think they still get residuals, but they don't get as much. Yeah. And even the voice actor for Toph, did you hear about that story?
Yeah, she was livid. I saw the screenshots on Twitter. She was like mad about it.
Yeah, she's like, please don't watch it. Respect the creators, respect that. And part of me does somewhat understand that, but also at the same time, I don't think two rights make a wrong. Yeah. Because them leaking it, I do feel like does kind of spoil the fun. But at the same...
On a fun standpoint, I do agree. Because like it being announced, because since I don't have Paramount, there's no way I'd be able to watch it. And I'm not going to buy Paramount just to watch it either. I would have, like you said, I would have preferred a theatrical. That word. Theoretical. No. Theatrical release.
The theoretical. It's not out, but maybe could it be out? That's the question.
Is it or is it not to be in the theater? That is the question, Watson.
They do not release it in theaters. Is it okay to leak?
Is it copyright if you can burn it on a disc?
Yes.
Damn.
That's why bootlegs, don't really exist anymore.
They still do, yeah.
Okay, maybe they do, but no one really buys DVDs anymore.
You're not in the ghetto. They got a guy, so my sister used to do that. So.
Oh yeah, my dad had a buddy that did it too.
Low key, you can jailbreak a Fire Stick and do the same thing for free. So.
But anyway, that's one of my topics. Just Last Airbender. It's a bit of a tricky situation, but that's
the
just
premise of it is so good, dog. It's like, I'm not gonna say anything because if anyone's interested, I'm gonna let them gain curiosity.
Yeah, don't leak it. Don't spoil it.
I saw a spoiled leaf in the trash can today.
And with that, we can move on. What's your next topic, boy?
Another topic I have. It's not really news, but it's an exciting thing that we should all be excited for if you like gotchas, anime, Grand Theft Auto ripoff, and Spider-Man ripoffs. It's called Neverness to Everest. And it's a little small creation. It's a free game. It is a gacha, like I stated earlier. And you'll be able to have like the free range of liberties like it is also GTA. It's such a fun open world experience that you can even go to jail. You can pay your fee and get out immediately, or you can serve
Have you played it?
No. But these are from all the trailers I've seen. And it's like,
So you're really excited for it.
Yes, pretty much. And it's kind of cool. It's, even though I don't really like GTA, I think it's probably because it's the anime. It's like a super anime aspect. And even PlayStation gave out assets to it to like
Such a
where
weeb.
you can, well, yeah. And then, PlayStation also gave liberties. Like at least this was in the initial trailer. They gave the Spider-Man web swinging is in this game. And I haven't checked out a trailer in a long time because it comes out at the 29th of this month, right? So I'm trying not to see anything. The website just got opened up for pre-registrations and all that. You can keep up with newses and fixes that they're running in the game for when it drops and all that hoopla blah and stuff. It's kind of like entertaining.
All that thought, all that buildup, you heard the wheels conk, the gong, 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 like the word entertaining.
Entertainment. Also, my lips were dry. I felt that, and that disgruntled me, so I had to fix it.
It's again like that episode of SpongeBob where he's just licking his lips, trying to get him wet so he could play the clarinet.
But it was more, it's like more mainly my excitement with it because this is also another one of them games that's kind of like getting super hyped up. So like I'm hoping it's good, but like as hyped as it's getting, I'm curious because from the past you have games like Cyberpunk, you have Concord, you have like all these other games that were overly hyped up just to suck. And on top of that, the requirements for it are pretty massive. Like you actually need to have up-to-date drivers to run this properly. I'm sure you'll be able to downgrade it as time gets closer in the release, and maybe like I feel like it's going to have a day one patch on top of that. And the negative notion of day one patches aren't really good, but I think it's like a 50-50, because like if the day one patch is game breaking, or like if your game is so like janky due to bugs and all that on release that you need a day one patch, it's bad. But if it's like small quality of life tweaks, minor bug fixes that you just didn't have time to get to, like it's different, because it's like, are those minor, and if you fix them, is the patch going to make them major game breakers, or is it going to just fix it? It's like the testing periods are kind of outrageous because a lot of places don't even do them anymore. But the only news I can tell you about this is like they had a closed beta, and then some YouTubers have access to like currently play it as well due to like the Japanese servers and whatnot, because it releases globally on the 29th. It is currently released in Japan, like most anime-based games are. So that's the only experience that people are having to go based off of, and not wanting to be spoiled by it. I haven't really took the chance to be like, I'm gonna get it. Yeah. But I'll pass the mic back to you.
Did you break the chair?
No, the chair does that quite frequently.
Dang.
Yeah.
But, you switched it up to games, and I want to keep on that trend. There is a game I've been looking forward to for a while. Pragmata, another Capcom game, has released, and a lot of people are saying it's really good. And it's something, I played the demo recently. It is extremely fun. Basically, I don't know much about the story aside from like some evil computer or AI has taken over the space station and on the moon, and it's kind of like futuristic yet kind of not, because it's kind of realistic, kind of not. But then you have this android girl who's able to hack robots for you.
What is her name?
Well, I don't know.
Didn't you say the demo's like only like 15 minutes?
It was literally 15 minutes, and I put it on the hardest difficulty, which is still like, just normal difficulty. They only have normal and easy, but even then, yeah, it was like 15 minutes long. And even then, I took my time and looked at every single corner to, try and find a secret or items or whatever. But basically, is a third-person over-the-shoulder shooter, kind of like what Resident Evil mostly is. Sometimes it's first, sometimes it's third.
At least Norse God of War saga. That's over the shoulder, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Except that's hack and slash, not shooter.
Oh.
Basically, it's a shooting game, but you shoot with your gun. Your pistol is a normal pistol, but it has infinite ammo. But at the same time, it doesn't do a whole lot of damage. What you do is she rides on your back on some little contraption that she has riding on his back. And what she does, she can basically hack into their mainframe and basically expose weaknesses for you to shoot or make them weaker. And then
you know what that kind of reminds me of, though?
What?
That reminds me of Nier Automata. With 9S gameplay specifically, because it's one of them games you have multiple playthroughs. Like for every letter in the alphabet, there's an ending. But 9S has that same function. Like mid combat, you can hold triangle, and like while you're fighting, he goes like boom, locks on to something, and then just like a little load.
does time freeze?
No,
Because it's
no, incorrect. Once you finish the loading hack process, then it freezes and you play like a little mini game and you hack them, which trims down their life.
Oh, in this game, nope, it doesn't freeze. You hack them in real time. So basically what it is, it's basically like one big grid, and you have to like get the main conductor all the way to the end, the power supply. And there are usually also little mini conductors that you have to go through. And basically the better you do it, the more vulnerable, I can't talk today, the more vulnerable the robots will be to damage. And even then she can even power up and have an even stronger one that basically shuts them down almost completely for a few seconds for him to go up and hit them right in the weak spot. So from the premise of it, it looks really good. I don't know much about the story because, again, I don't want to be spoiled too much. But right now, for the Metacritic score, it's at an 86 for the reviewers, like, IGN, Game Rant, all those reviewers. But then the general audience, the user score, is 8.8. So it's an 86 for the reviewers and 8.8 for the general audience. So that is really good right now. So basically, what I was kind of thinking is this game is going to be, to me, what Stellar Blade was for you. Just a little, experimental game that kind of popped up out of nowhere, and you give it a try, new IP, and it looks really good. I don't know if it's going to be like one of my favorite of all time, but it looks like just a fun gameplay loop. And I wanted to, Metacritic, I do not want to log in. And this is what the reviewer said on IGN, even though, you don't really trust IGN anymore. But this one, in my opinion, I've read through the whole thing. It actually seems like a good, fair, honest article by Michael Higgim. Thank you, Michael. I mean this in the best way possible. Pragmata feels like a game straight from the Xbox 360 era. It's the kind of third-person action shooter that hangs its hat on a specific gimmick, but then plays everything fairly straightforward. By executing on important parts really well, Pragmata is able to let its punchy shooting, creative hacking mechanic, and in tough fights do the heavy lifting. The storytelling around that stuff isn't exactly its strong suit, even now with how much it emphasizes its budding father-daughter dynamic, and I'm a little disappointed it didn't do more with what was initially an interesting space drama setup. But Pragmata is focused on the action first, and that part is so compelling and satisfying, I didn't even think twice about 100% liking it. That's not the whole review, but that's basically the opening before he gets more into like spoiler stuff.
Okay.
So basically, Capcom, in my opinion, right now is absolutely on fire. Like
I'd say the water's hot. I wouldn't say on fire.
No, they are on fire. Like Monster Hunter World, big success. Street Fighter 6, mild success, but still more successful than 5 was. Resident Evil 9 just came out, and they're just going ham remaking all the Resident Evil games, and it's just being gas.
Oh, okay, I got you. No, I thought you meant like as a whole. I didn't know you meant just a game.
Even as they're a video game company as a whole. They have I don't have the article for this one, but I read this article where basically all the employees got increased pay. All of the mini claps.
Yeah.
I didn't understand what was happening, but all the employees are getting.
We like to see employees getting paid.
Employees getting paid more.
Industry.
Employees listening more. Because again, this is a brand new IP that someone just randomly pitched. I'm like, yeah, we're kind of on fire right now. So it's like, we can add in a little, experimental thing, see how it does.
How much does this game cost?
It's a AAA game. It's $70.
Oh, Okay.
But yeah, Capcom right now is absolutely on fire, mainly because they're treating their employees well. They're really good in their game sales. Capcom really turned itself around because Capcom was that company. It's like, oh yeah, they're still around, ain't they? To now they're one of the biggest. I'll say it, hot take. They are the biggest heavy hitter right now. One of the biggest heavy hitters right now when it comes to a AAA company.
Yeah, because EA ain't doing nothing. Ubisoft ain't doing nothing. But Xbox ain't doing nothing. PlayStation's, they're trying to do something.
And do you want to know the funny thing is?
What?
When did Resident Evil 4 Remake come out? 2023. March 24th. 2023. Resident Evil 9 was February 27th, 2026. So less than 3 years it took to develop Resident Evil 9, and people already, including myself, are declaring it one of the best Resident Evil games ever made. It feels good to move in both of those games, and I think it's because they've already worked on the movement of Resident Evil 9, and the third-person shooter, that they're already a master of it. So they were able to just carry over the reused assets and then remake something off of that. Which, in my opinion, is more how it should be, instead of having to create brand new assets every single time. But yeah, Pragmata just dropped. I want to play it. Probably not anytime soon that I'm going to be able to play it, but I really do want to play it. But it's getting good reviews, and I'm excited for it.
No, that's all that matters, bro, because that actually ties into my next topic, which is a game changer. It's kind of weird, actually, and as long as you got passion behind it, you should get it. So, as I say that, the game that I'm talking about is PI Mouse for Hire.
Yeah, that looks extremely fun. Looks goofy, so fun. You're just a rubber house mouse. A detective that just mows everyone down.
I kind of like it because it gives me the Cuphead feel. Because they're kind of in the same type of ballpark.
Fun fact, there's actually a Cuphead reference in the game.
Oh, wow.
Because you get a power-up that allows you to shoot from your fingers.
Oh, that's insane. I also heard that there's a Popeye's power-up.
Yep, you eat spinach and then your arms go super buff. And then like Doom style, you just go and punch them and rip them apart.
I don't know, something about it as a game. Those old cartoons are like extremely entertaining and cool. But just
I see reels all the time. I see reels all the time of like old cartoons like Tom and Jerry, like Looney Tunes. I almost said Warner Brother Looney Tunes. I'm like, that's too long. So Tom and Jerry, Looney Tunes, just so many other just random old school cartoons.
Yeah.
They're just so funny with their slapstick, and this feels like one of those games.
Yeah, bringing back some nostalgia, and it's kind of ironic because I just spent a second ago just looking at it, and like Metacritic wise and personal review, like
I think I looked it up too.
It's 8, right?
Yeah, I think it's almost on the same level as Pragmatica.
Yeah, and I think that's a little funny because like the article you were telling about by the kind man known as Will, he
the IGN review.
Yeah, he
gave it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because everything that he didn't like about it, because even reading it back, like in my head, I didn't know that he was like angry about it. But you said you watched the review and he was
if you actually watch the review, he's not. Yeah, he's not. He is not at all like, oh, it's just a cute little mouse game. He's like, it's just a cute little mouse game.
With their cheese and their cheese.
He says it makes too many puns of them being mouse and too much cheese. And like they say, he said like something about him being a detective that's like down on his luck. Yeah, every time you kill an enemy, you get currency, so it doesn't make sense to call him down on his luck.
Cheddar.
I think they actually call it that in the game. Like, I think they call the currency that, or they call all the enemies that. It was not that funny, dog.
What?
Yeah.
But
you hate Leon Kennedy for some reason. That's crazy.
Yeah, because I don't know, he's overrated in my opinion. But especially considering the game's like hyper popular right now. But to be fair, Leon's been like in games this entire.
And I felt it. I was fine.
I'm sorry. It was. I'm sorry. On a different note, though, there was another review from Game Informer. God rest their soul. I honestly thought, they stopped printing physical ones. Like you have to go to a bookstore and buy them now. You can't just like.
Well, I remember them in
I think you can
GameStop used to be,
subscribe
you know, really cool.
Yeah, GameStop used to have it like as a subscription. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Like because GameStop's subscription with them ended, that you no longer find them. But to be fair, GameStop isn't normal anymore. But a Game Informer review by another guy named Billy said the game was like, honestly, it's a really solid game because I'm going to sum it up basically. It's a game that you don't want to think too hard about, but it's just really fun. Mindless fun, and then just reliving the noir childlike experience of the cartoony scenes of guns and robbers.
Well, yeah, that's what
entertaining.
Whenever you see a trailer for the game, that's what it looks like, and that's what you're in for. It's also a game that's only $30.
Exactly, and it's like, what do you expect from $30? I mean, it's no Silk Song, but it's still gonna be entertaining, and considering that the Metacritic said it was an 8, and the players thing said it was also 8. I'm like, it can't be a 6.
I think on art style, I think they're equally as good when committing to their own art style.
Yes, dude.
Now, I think Silk Song, personally, I think Silk Song looks better, mainly because I just like the Hollow Knight aesthetic better. But when it comes to them committing to their own style, this game 1,000% commits to it.
It also reminds me of Bendy and the Ink Machine, but I think it's just more because Bendy and the Ink Machine kind of gives off the black and white feel with the ink.
Well, yeah, because that was the whole story. It was like, it was an old animator. Bendy somehow came to life or whatever. I don't remember. I never really played the game
I
that
got
much.
it for free on Epic, but I didn't care enough to try it.
But here, yeah, with Mouse PI, it just looks like a very solid. Basically, it looks like a wackier version of Doom because that's basically what it
and
is.
it's on just the amount of care and the attention and like
Thing with that.
the enemies. Like I read from the Billy review that yes, the enemies kind of boil down to 2 to 3 different archetypes outside of bosses, like the standard enemies. But like how they die, creative. The side, like everything going on in the background, hyper creative. Just the look, the feel, the emotion, the tension.
Yeah.
I
don't even really mind there not being that many enemy types because it's an original IP. It's an original
You
thing.
gotta start somewhere.
Yeah. Now, other games like, Hollow Knight do have more enemy varieties and enemy types, but then again, that game also took forever to come out. But then again, Mass PI wanted to go more in on the style, which I think they've nailed pretty well.
And give him a triple S with the excellent.
Now again, I can't fully say because I haven't actually played it, but yeah, it's one of those games I definitely want to pick up soon.
Yeah, I would. Even if you like, it seems like it's a game that'd be worth full price, but I mean, you can probably wait a little bit. And
Full price, it's $30.
Exactly. Like it's a game that feels like it'd be worth the full 30. You know what I'm saying? And then even if you wanted to wait a little bit till one on sale, when it goes on sale, you're gonna be underpaying because I think from what I've seen from it clip wise, heard about it even outside of the reviews, like just from my own friend circles, and it's a good time. It's a fun experience. Like you're gonna remember it. Like you're gonna sit there, say you had a bad day at work, and you're just gonna be like, this shit's stupid.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's just gonna put you in a good mood. It's like, let's get a little goofy, let's get a little wacky, like mouse go boom. But speaking of animated, there is one last topic that I want to get into because I am so freaking excited for it. Bloodborne.
Oh, I don't know why I thought you were going to say Star Wars, but you already said Star Wars, but Bloodborne, yes.
I haven't even talked about Star Wars aside from comparing it to something. None of my news topics have been about Star Wars. Stay focused.
Not the new series. It's the new Star Wars series.
I mean, yeah, I spoke that there was a new series, but that wasn't one of my topics.
It's okay.
But Bloodborne is getting an animated movie. Produced by Jacksepticeye. And I am so freaking excited. Mainly because Bloodborne, you already know, my absolute favorite game of all time. And I always thought about, can you make Bloodborne a movie?
Yes.
You could. It'd be a little tricky, depending on what you focus on. Because the character itself doesn't have that much of a personality outside of whatever you bestow upon them. Because it's one of those things, there are 3 endings to the game, and each ending can mean something different to you, depending on how you viewed your character going through the world.
Okay. So, we gonna mix it. I'm gonna throw a curveball at you, right? Because I know Bloodborne's your favorite game. I know your grind details with that. If I had Heaven's Door and peeled your face off and looked at your history, I could see every little detail, nook and cranny. So my question to you is: Jacksepticeye a good pick?
Good pick. In my opinion, yes, because he's not the director. He is not the director.
He's just like the guy that's...
Basically, he will be pretty much in charge of helping fund the entire movie, because he also has a company, I think it's called Lyrical. I could be wrong about that, but he has a company named Lyrical that's helping like fund the movie. And sure, he does have to give an okay on the art direction, and okay on, the casting, and okay on the storyboard and everything. But then again, Jacksepticeye, each year he plays the game about 12 times. Which is even more than what I play it. I think I beat that game about 5 times a year. He beats it like 12 times a year.
That's insane.
He loves the lore so much, he's made 2 full playthroughs of it on YouTube. And he likes doing different builds. He likes doing different things. He's going through the story. He loves the world. He has giant statues of most of the characters. It's just one of those things. I think it's a very good choice. Anyone who's saying it's not a good choice and like, oh, they just got another random influence, I'm like, he's not random at all. I think he even he made a Bloodborne, or at least a FromSoft orchestra to, basically, because he loves the music so much, he made it to, just promote the music and promote anything FromSoft, or at least Bloodborne, because he said if he can do anything for Bloodborne, his life's mission will be complete. He like me, very much prefers if they got an actual remake or a sequel. Now, I'm still out there, slightly hoping, me and my dumbass, I'm still hoping for that remake, but...
You got the PS6.
But, basically, with him, I just fully trust him. That's just the basis of everything I'm saying, because I'm kind of going on the side tangent. I'm getting a little lost in the sauce myself, but I fully trust him and his word and everything he does.
Okay.
Hey guys, we're back. We had some technical difficulties. Someone kicked over our little stand here. You can't stop fidgeting for a second.
I can. It's not like we have a fidget counter in here or anything. But no, before the thing fell over, you said...
I was talking about how I just fully trust Jacksepticeye and everything he does when it comes to this project. Sure, I don't know if he's done any real major projects like that, but then again, that's a good thing. He's not the director. He's just the producer. He just gives the okay on everything. And with it being animated too, me, like I said, I'm getting really big into animation. I'm just actually watching Chainsaw Man, which... From what I've seen, the animation is really good, and that's something I'm very much looking forward to. I'm just trying to look for more things with better animation. But, yeah, I just fully trust him, and, yeah, I'm just super excited for more Bloodborne content, because we've gotten nothing since the original review. Outside maybe a few art books and, like, lore books, and everything else is just community-based, where it's like, just telling the lore, telling the story, like, fan work and everything. Nothing official for the actual Bloodborne, like after the DLC was done. But I cannot wait, and I am so excited.
Okay, so I got another curveball for you. It's not really a curveball, but what ending would you prefer the animated piece to go into? And in the DVD release, because obviously it's going to get released, would you want the alternate endings to be bonuses? Or, like, what would you want the original ending of the film to be?
That is an actual really good question. Because in 2 of them, everything just stays the same. In another one, you ascend to a higher plane of existence. Part of me would kind of prefer the higher planes of existence because, again, that's what I get from it. But, again, because different players can interpret things in different ways, it could be someone that your guy just either accidentally evolved or your guy wanted to evolve, to protect people, to harm people, do whatever. And part of me kind of hopes that that's more the ending. The actual ascension, because that was the goal. That's the whole reason everything turned to shit, is because humanity saw the Great Ones and we're like, we want to understand them, but we can't. Well, screw you, we're going to evolve so we can. And then, hijinks ensue with, a lot of blood, a lot of torture, a lot of, it's just a fun time.
Okay. And then I think my last question is going to be, if you had to ideal typecast, who would you want to play what role and why?
Chris Pratt is the Hunter, of course.
What?
Chris Pratt's all the rage right now, man. He's playing Mario. He's playing Peter Quill. He was part of Parks and Recs.
Isn't he a little too big, though, to be the Hunter?
No, man. He's perfect, man. You realize I'm joking.
I didn't at first. I thought you were so serious.
I was like, Chris Pratt. I'd say that would be kind of difficult because I don't have an answer for that, mainly because...
Because I'm not going to lie, the first name I thought of was Timothy Chalamet. Then he looks more like the character from Lies of P.
I know the dude who played Alfred in the Batman movies. What's his name? Mark Cain, I think? No, I don't think that's his name. No, not Michael Keaton. Oh God, I'm blanking. But you know who I'm talking about? The dude who played Alfred in the Batman movies.
The Twilight Batman or the...
No, just the Dark Knight.
Oh, okay.
That Alfred. I think he could be so important. He could probably be Garham, in my opinion. I don't know how old he is. I don't know if he's still acting.
So I'm about to say,
let's pull Jim Carrey back in. Let's get him as Michelangelo.
I'm about to say, well, he's currently a clone right now, so...
Yeah, I saw that. But anyway, those are some of our news topics of news that, we think are really good right now. So tell us what you think about them in the comments below. Make sure you like, save, and subscribe. Mainly because he also... Did you seriously just do that? That was propping up the whole thing, my guy. You and your ADHD haven't